Today we're gonna be making my croissant baguette, baby. That's what I call it. And this only takes 30 minutes to do the whole thing. It's the two best French breads that you could ever get in France, right? You've got the French baguette and the croissant. Croissant, croissant. Come on. So all you need is yeast, water, salt, and flour. Of course, I'm gonna always use Kamut flour because it's the best, but whatever flour you have, you can do this. So let's get going. We've got our 1 cup of warm water. This recipe is in my cookbook, but we're gonna be doubling it again. So what we're gonna do is we have 1 cup of water. We're gonna add 3 tablespoons of yeast, just like this. We're gonna add 1 teaspoon of sugar. Then we're going to gently fold in the yeast into the water. You want your water temp, I always reference it as like, test it on your wrist, let the water flow out of the sink. You want it like a baby's bath, a baby's bottle. It cannot be too hot or you're going to kill the yeast. I just then like to put a lid, a plate, nothing fancy, but just so that you can trap the heat. This is gonna go super fast, like 2 to 5 minutes. If you never see that it gets nice, bubbly, active, start over. Dump it out and start over. And while that's sitting, let's start on the other. So we're gonna do 4 teaspoons of sugar in here. Now the thing about these baguettes that most don't realize, a French baguette doesn't have a preservative in it, right? Normally in our other bread, we've got some kind of oil, butter. These don't. So it's best to eat it the day of. And then with all the butter we're gonna be adding into this to make it the croissant, oh my, oh my. Okay, so we've got 2 teaspoons of salt. Then we're gonna add some flour. You can't put your yeast directly on top of the salt because it will kill it. So you need to add some flour so when you pour the yeast, it's not directly onto the salt. So we're just gonna add about 2 cups. Always take it slow. You gotta remember with bread, like I always say, the weather has a big play in it. Some days you'll add less flour, some days you'll add more. So just take it slow because you can always add more flour, okay? But look, see, while we were doing that, hello, we're ready. This is so fast. I like fast. I like simple, fast, but yummy, delicious stuff. Nothing needs to be that complicated. So now we're just gonna mix this up. We're gonna add 2 cups of warm water, the same temperature that you want it for your yeast. You don't have to double this. You can do what my recipe says, but I'm telling you, it's my new addiction. See how we need more flour, obviously? This is way too gooey. So we're gonna add about another cup. We're just gonna add until it starts to come away from the sides of the bowl. And today, it's looking like we'll probably need the full 4 cups of flour, okay? You won't believe how we turn this into a croissant. If you want a showstopper, this is the showstopper. Wow, it needed even a little bit more. See? Take it slow. Just don't over add. So it's coming from away from the sides of the bowl. That's what I always like to tell you. See that? Coming away. So now we're gonna take it out of the bowl. We're gonna knead for just a couple of minutes. And then we gotta show you our fancy next step with turning it into a croissant. So we're gonna start to just knead our bread. The thing is you've gotta remember, I can't say it enough, when you're adding flour on this surface, that is all a part of the recipe. So you need to remember that. So we're just gonna add enough flour and just till this feels good. If you knead quickly, it's not all over your hands. It's not up to my arms. No, just knead it fast. We just want it to feel really good. See how that dough just came together so nicely. We're done making our baguette dough, so now we're gonna cover the bowl with plastic wrap and we're gonna put it into the freezer for 20 minutes, just so that we can chill the dough, then the butter's all chilled, and then it just goes together perfectly. Put it in the freezer. We're making a sheet of butter because if you don't do this step, then it's not gonna be a croissant. You need a sheet of paper and some parchment. You want this sheet of paper to be long enough where this can fit, and then you need a little bit of extra that you can fold over. So we're going to bring the parchment up to the edge of the paper. You're going to crease it on the edge. Then do the same thing on this side. Then same thing on the bottom, fold. On the top, fold. And this is gonna be your template. You want the butter, you need to roll it out to this size. This is super important, the way that you lay it. So you have one stick laying like this. Then you take your half a stick of butter, just kind of cut it in half again. You want it to be the same length as the stick. This needs to be cold, by the way. Have to keep this cold. So now we gotta fold it over, just like this. Do the same thing. You've got your template, but we're gonna flip it over. And now take your rolling pin. It's like, it won't stay shut. You're gonna feel like this is awkward and it's not going well and it will wanna open up, but just trust the process, okay? This is good, this is good enough. So now we need to put it back into the fridge. Whew, we made it. We made it, okay. Okay, so that butter needs to be in the fridge for about 10 to 15 minutes. It needs to get back cold. If it doesn't, you'll see that it won't peel off your parchment. And did I maybe put it in the freezer? Yeah, I did. I don't have time. We gotta be faster. We're gonna roll out our dough now. You wanna roll it long in the width to fit your butter and just a little bit extra to fold up the edges. So we're gonna roll this out. Very simple. This should be perfect. So open up the butter. You gotta work with this butter quickly because it's gotta stay cold, and then if it's too cold, then it won't come off, but then if it gets warm, it's like all the things. Try to get it in the best of the middle of your bread that you can, and then we're gonna take off the parchment. Sometimes the butter will get stuck a little bit. Try to rub it in the dough. You can always then scrape it off. It's fine. Doesn't need to be perfect, but that's pretty darn good, okay? We're gonna take the rest of our butter off the parchment and it's okay. Okay, now you're gonna fold up each edge till they touch each other. That one I came a little bit too far over, but it's fine, you can't screw this up. Then fold over the dough till it meets the butter on the top. Same for the bottom. Now we're gonna roll it out just one time. Almost the length of your rolling pin. It's kind of like what you wanna roll it out to. Now you gotta keep this floured surface so that the butter, while it's getting warm, doesn't stick to your counter. So now we're gonna fold it up once, fold the one part to the middle, and then one more time like this. Turn it, and we're gonna roll it out again. So this is what is creating the layers to make it like a croissant. Do it again. Middle. See, the butter's getting warm. Ah, we're quick. Fold it up again. Keep adding some flour. Turn. One more time. Okay, so this is our last time. Over, over, and again. We're now going to make them into the baguette. So we're not turning it. We're going to now roll it out just like we did at the first step. Because now we need to make it into the long baguettes. And I like to make this into 4. Now we're gonna cut down the middle and just make 2 big ones on each side. Then, do you see the layers? So what you're doing is you're going to opposite directions as you turn. Opposite, twist, twist. Just like that. And we're gonna cover with the towel, and these are gonna get nice and big. Wait till you see this. You might be like, is this really gonna turn out? Oh, it is. Wait for this. Let's see if they're ready. Whoop, they are. They look great. They doubled. I mean, look, come on, wait till you see when these bake. Oh, it's the most beautiful baby ever to live. You're gonna bake these about 450. Make sure it's on convection. You want them on the bottom rack. Wait till you see this. One tip that I did forget about, if the butter starts to seep out, which it will, it can make the oven crazy and then the butter's all over the oven. So you can put your baguette pans on the cookie sheet or just put your cookie sheet underneath, just to make sure that the butter doesn't, make it crazy in your oven for you. Let's see how these are looking. Oh, they're looking real nice. Look at all the layers. See? You're getting the flakiness of a croissant, but it's still a baguette. Look how beautiful these are. It really is just like a croissant and a French baguette had a baby. The bottoms are light brown. Now, what I love to serve these with, obviously you can serve them with anything, just butter, but I love my strawberry butter. This strawberry butter is good on any bread. My normal French baguette, my beer bread, my Kamut bread, I don't care what bread. This strawberry butter is everybody's favorite thing ever. Look, see all that? It's just coming apart. All the flakiness. I mean, don't you want some of this right now? It's so hot, but the flakiness, the butter in every layer of every bite, it's truly the greatest thing that's ever happened. So in under an hour, you have a homemade croissant baguette combined into one. So if you want the fastest bread alive, you can go back to my French baguette that only takes 30, or you can then do the showstopper, that's the French croissant baguette, that's about 45 minutes. So both are super easy, under an hour. We're not going to the grocery store and buying the one that doesn't taste very good, rubbery, gross. No, we're doing this. Come again, we've got more yummy stuff that will be coming out of this kitchen. It's all day, every day. So tune in for next time.